surprise live stream. Let's see if it's up. Just give me 1 second to prepare and we'll be on our way. So let's see. Oh, sorry about this. Give me 1 second. There we go. Great. Great. Fantastic. Okay, wonderful. Greetings from Tokyo, my dear friends. This is Daisuke, and it's very nice to see you. This is another surprise live stream. I just wanted to take this opportunity. I was going to make a short video right now to announce or to remind people, in case you were interested, that tomorrow, 7 a.m. my time, will be the time that we will start the Superman the movie live stream discussion. So I just wanted to announce that, but I thought, well, what the heck? Why don't I just turn on the live button on YouTube and just make that announcement here? So let me just take the opportunity right now to do so. So in case anyone is interested, yes, we will have our Superman the movie live stream discussion tomorrow my time, which is Sunday, September 25th. 2022 at 7 a.m. Tokyo time, my dear friends. So if you are interested, I'd very much love to see you there. And we can once again talk about this film directed by Richard Donner and starring, among other people, Marlon Brando, Gene Hackman, Christopher Reeve, Margot Kidder. So many things to say about this film, Superman the movie. I cannot wait. I woke up early this morning. Today is Saturday, my day off. And so I woke up early this morning while everyone else in the family was still asleep. And I rewatched Superman the movie for the upteenth time. It was a lot of fun. I enjoy that immensely. I look forward to the opportunity at long last to share with you just a little bit about how I feel about this very special movie, Superman the movie. Again, that's tomorrow. And also, I look forward to hearing from you, my dear friends, what you feel about this very special work. Once again, tomorrow, Sunday, September 25th, 7 a.m. Tokyo time, we will be talking about Superman the movie. So in case you're interested, my dear friends, I look forward very much to seeing you there. Very much indeed, my friends. So I will be here for the just for a little bit for live, surprise live, just to say hello. I hope that everyone is enjoying their weekend so far, or that things are well in your part, in your neck of the woods, in a manner of speaking. So anyway, thank you so much for stopping by, and I will be here just for a little bit, and then maybe I will be off for the rest of the afternoon doing some errands and the like. And so if you want to say hello in the chat, please feel free to do so. I'll do my best to respond, and we can go from there. Otherwise, no worries. If you're busy, you don't have to stop by for very long. If you have other things that you want to do, not a problem. Your time is precious. So anyway, my dear friends, thank you. So let me see. Dustin Lewis, hello. It's nice to see you, Dustin. I hope all is well. Isaac Martinez, my dear friend, thank you so much. It's always nice to see you. And John Small. Hello, John Small. It's nice to see you. Hello. I hope all is well where you are. I should say, too, that the situation of this channel is I was somewhat busy with channel activities over the past week. As some of you may know, I did a number of uploads with regard to, at long last, we started the Brian De Palma film discussion series. I've been talking about it for a long time here, and at long last, I was able to upload the first, what was it, 5 or 6 videos or something about his early filmography, his feature film filmography. So Greetings, The Wedding Party, Hi Mom, Murder a la Mode, and Dionysus in '69, and Get to Know Your Rabbit. So, and plus a little intro video. So, I uploaded those those film discussions. So, in case you're interested, my dear friends, that's the start of the Brian De Palma discussion, and so I hope to have that ongoing going forward. In case you are interested in what's next in the Brian De Palma film discussion series, the next film that we will be discussing is the work which is called Sisters. So Sisters is next online, and in fact, Sisters stars among other people Margot Kidder, and so we have Sisters with Margot Kidder, and also tomorrow the live stream discussion will be Superman the movie, which also features Margot Kidder. So it's a Margot Kidder celebration in a manner of speaking, and I love Margot Kidder, and she's these two roles in these two films are just really so iconic in a number of ways, very similar but also very different and unique from each other. So hopefully, I'll have the sisters video discussion up very soon, and we'll keep going on that. You know, there can be a number of parallel tracks going on with this channel. So there's the Brian De Palma film discussion. At long last, it started, and then also yes, I am going to continue on yes with the Cronenberg film discussion at the same time. So the Cronenberg film discussion, the next film is Scanner. So I it's just a matter of sitting down and do. I guess I could have done it now, but I guess I just chose the live stream route instead. But I that is the next planned film discussion in the Cronenberg series. So so Scanners and then Videodrome, and then the Angelopolis. I keep mentioning Angelopolis. So the next films on tap there is Traveling Players and The Hunters. So those are the next two films there. So I'm just about ready to start those. So I have a kind of overly ambitious schedule, I suppose, but maybe I should really focus on one or the other. But it's just a matter of how I feel in my own say type of approach to things, I suppose. You know, I don't have a I tend to think about I guess it's I really like to do a number of things at once, I suppose. So maybe it's one of my faults in terms of my own ability to focus on one thing or another. But at the same time, I find it to be very stimulating. So and so it's kind of just my way of trying to approach my channel and trying to approach my own sort of work, not work, but my own approach to things. So no big plan or anything. It's just, I guess, how my brain is wired, I suppose. So that's the plan going forward. And I should say, too, that the Criterion Collection releases, I just received the most recent release in the mail. So, and then hopefully Blowout. I mean, I've been waiting for the Brian De Palma discussion series to start because then I can use that in parallel to talk about the Criterion recent release, 4K recent release of Blowout, or the re-release of Blowout. So I'm looking forward to that very much. So hopefully, if you're interested, maybe sometime later, hopefully in the next week or so, we can talk about Blowout. It's a great 4K release, and it's a great film. It is a really great film. I can't wait. Oh my goodness. Brian De Palma at last talking. I mentioned this before. We're going to talk about Sisters, and we're going to talk about Obsession, Phantom of the Paradise. Oh my goodness. I let me just say that, and Carrie. My goodness, The Fury. Oh wow, The Fury. Gosh, for anyone who knows The Fury, I don't want to get into too much spoiler detail, but here's my impersonation of one of the characters in The Fury. And so I can't wait to talk about this when we get into that discussion, but here it is. Oh, I can't wait to talk about The Fury. Oh, it's going to be great. I love that film so much. And then, but I should say too, Obsession. Obsession is one of the key experiences in my early Brian De Palma cinema journey when I was younger. And when I first saw that film, I didn't quite know what to make of it when I was entering into that world. And then suddenly it became this real almost obsession. It was quite a powerful thing, and so I cannot wait to talk about Obsession. So Jean-Pierre Bougeot, of course, and fascinating. But anyway, and so very exciting for me. I'm very excited, and also I have just uploaded a what was it? It was I kind of put it together as sort of channel trailer or two channel trailers for a planned series I have in October. It's going to start, in case you're interested, the trailers that I just put up are just I'll just give you just a little bit of what I've been preparing. So all throughout since around the end of August, the beginning, and throughout September this month, I have been essentially preparing all these video discussions, and I've been recording the video discussions and I've been uploading them, but I haven't made them public yet. So they're in a private mode, but they're all on this channel, and I've been going through them. A little bit at a time, or not a little bit. I've been making them and just uploading them, just waiting to release them, and so they will be made public, or they will be published in October. So in case you're interested about what it is I have planned in October, you can take a look at those trailers that I made. Again, I mean, I suppose it's a little bit, maybe it's a kind of narcissistic move on my part, to make a trailer for something I plan. So I apologize. I don't mean to be in any way sort of narcissistic, or in any way type of that type of viewpoint. It's just for fun. It's for fun because I can't wait to talk about this stuff that I've been preparing a lot throughout the month of September. Basically, every day in September, I have been thinking about and making a video about this thing that I'm talking about in October. I can't wait. It's just been it's this kind of huge surprise that I just want to. I can't wait to share with you. It'll start October 1st. So it is I guess just to also give you an idea of what it is I'm planning for that October project. It is about a TV series, and the TV series is multi-season, so there's more than one season. There are many episodes, and I thought I could have done it one of two ways. I could have done it just one long video talking about the series as a whole. I could have done that, but I was thinking about it and thinking about it, and I think, you know what? I can't do one video because I just want to talk about as many things as I can about each of the episodes, because each of the episodes in this TV series that I want to talk about in October is very special. So I decided, oh, what the heck? Let's do a video discussion per episode. So that's kind of what we might be seeing in October. So if we're thinking about, say, I don't know, if we have a season that has 7 episodes plus a pilot, let's put it that way, that means by my count 8 separate video discussions for that season. And if we have a second season and totaling 2 seasons, which have a total of, say, 29 episodes plus a pilot, that by my count is 29 plus 1 discussions, plus some other extras along the way. So that's just those first 2 seasons. So by my count, that is approximately at least 30 video discussions, plus any other subsequent seasons or films or anything that we might have along the way. So there's going to be a lot of separate videos on that. So it's kind of been a lot to be perfectly honest, it's been a lot of work and a lot of time to prepare those, but it's almost ready. So just wait for the 1st of October. That's when we'll start releasing those. So in case you're interested, my dear friends, those trailers are up. And again, I apologize for if the trailers seem in any way type of narcissistic on my part. I don't mean it that way. It's just I'm very excited about this, and I've been working on this every day for the past few weeks, and so it's almost ready. So again, I just couldn't resist my excitement levels. So I hope you can forgive me on that part. So in any event, that's those 2 little short videos that I uploaded, I think, a couple hours ago. So in case you're interested, you can take a look at those later. If not, that's not a problem. You don't have to watch anything you don't want to. All right, so Dustin Lewis, I'll go to the live chat here. Dustin Lewis says, I'm watching The Lost Boys tonight. Oh, yes, The Lost Boys. I love The Lost Boys. I really love The Lost Boys. I remember I had the Lost Boys soundtrack on cassette tape, and I listened to that. What was it? Echo and the Bunnymen. People Are Strange. I love that rendition. So cool, so cool. Right, and the key line from the trailer from the 80s, right? Death by stereo. Yes, I love the Lost Boys. So. So cool, so cool. And okay, so I hope you enjoy it, my dear friend. Uh, Sridhar Danapani is here. Hello, it's nice to see you. I hope that all is well. Connor Brandenburg is here. Hello. Matthew James is here. Looking forward to Sisters in Twin Peaks. Thank you so much. Yes, and Superman, of course. So many good things to watch alongside you. Yes, it's a great time to be a movie and TV show lover. Access Mundi is here. Hello, it's nice to see you. I hope all is well. And let's see. Zyrother's here, our dear friend. Thank you. It's nice to see you. Fearless Karen says, hi, Daisuke. After watching a lot of the in the closet videos from Criterion, I've noticed quite a few celebrities have a massive appreciation for Nashville. Would you ever do a review on it yourself? Oh, that's very interesting. I don't. I don't do. I guess I maybe just as and I know just as a very minor point. I don't consider um my videos to be in any way like reviews. I just talk about the movies. And So I guess I don't know if I'd be able to do a good review of anything, let alone a discussion. Um, that being said, I think uh, right. I think yeah, it's always been one of my ambitions to talk more about the works of Altman. I've spoken a little bit about the work Shortcuts. I really admire that work greatly, and Raymond Carver, but the work Nashville has eluded me in terms of a video discussion, but I've seen it so many times, and right, and I love to listen to Keith Carradine. I'm easy. Very much on my listening to music. So maybe one of these days, I guess we can talk about it. But yeah, yeah, gosh, yeah, that's a great movie. That's a really great movie indeed. So, great suggestion, though. By the way, thank you so much for that. Where was I? Where was I? Here we go. Yes, sorry about this. Just skipping over here thing. Let's see. Let's see here. Scrolling down here. Sorry about this. Kian, Doty's here. Hello, it's nice to see you. Um, Talking about seeing Rebels of the Neon God and The Third Man. Oh, that's an interesting double feature. And you also say, I'm not a huge De Palma fan, if I'm being completely honest. That's okay, not a problem. I'm sorry, but you continue. But I love Blowout. Oh, cool. Very nice. Access Mundi says, are you inspired by any of Hector Babenco's works or Beco's films? And so, I've spoken about, for example, Pichoche on this channel, which is part of one of the Criterion Collection World Cinema Project sets. And so it was, that's a very, very powerful work. So I have spoken about that film. I haven't spoken about all of his works, but I've spoken about that film. I mean, I guess I could speak about other films that I saw that are very powerful as other examples, like Kiss of the Spider Woman or but I have spoken about that. I haven't spoken about all of his works, but that is a really intense film, as you may know. It's very intense indeed, and very, very overwhelming and powerful. So, yes, yes. Zyrother says, I have never seen a De Palma film. Now that I think about, oh, cool. So maybe if you're interested, yes, I strongly recommend it. So Connor says, I know De Palma has said that he wasn't inspired by Italian horror giallo for films like Blowout, but do you think there was any kind of cultural osmosis there? I don't know about maybe a cultural osmosis per se. Um, I don't necessarily about giallo influence or if it's vice versa, but there is the connection in terms I mean, um, I don't know. I can't quite say. I wouldn't necessarily say that there is a direct reference per se to Giallo and or Gialli and the works of De Palma directly. Although I can see some similarities, let me put it that way. I would say that perhaps the film that feels for me the most Giallo-like might be something like, say, mm, Dressed to Kill. But I would also say that perhaps I mean, I understand the point. I think it's a really great point. I would say that maybe for me, I would look at it slightly differently, which is I would say that for Giallo, there is the reference of or homage or reference pickup to Alfred Hitchcock. And I think also for Brian De Palma, right, there's a reference point or homage point to Alfred Hitchcock. So I think in that way, they have a kind of indirect connection, if you know what I mean. So that's probably how I would view that. But again, it's a really excellent point. So well done, well done. Let's see here. Oh, I mentioned at the start of this surprise live stream, I woke up early this morning to watch the film again for the however many times. I love that film so much. I love it. I love it. Oh gosh, I can't wait. I was, gosh, uh, like floating Marlon Brando head vision. Oh my goodness, and the great scenes in Smallville. Oh, I can't wait. Metropolis. Oh gosh, it's gonna be exciting. Oh, love it, love it. And the great Marlon Brando and Gene Hackman. Oh, all right. I'm so excited. So again, Sunday, September 25th, 7 a.m. Tokyo time. We're going to be talking about Superman the movie, and afterwards, I'll try to set up a schedule so we can continue on with the Superman films, Superman 2 and Superman 3 and Superman 4: The Quest for Peace, and Supergirl as well. Um, See, I remember seeing Supergirl in the theater, and so very exciting. Faye Dunaway and Peter O'Toole and Hal Slater. Oh, so cool. So can't wait to talk about that one. Um, yeah. So anyway, we'll talk about this. Gosh, the Phantom Zone. Oh. Zoltar. Okay. Okay. All right. I won't say anything more. Yeah. Supergirl discussion will also be on the menu. So it'll be very exciting. So let's see. Okay, Gleaming TV is here. So hello, great to see you do more live stream. Well, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Thank you, thank you. I really should do a set schedule, but as I mentioned earlier, it's the idea of the scorpion and the frog. I can't help it. It's in my nature. Joshua Gonzalez is here. Hello. Blowout is great. Hey, Daisuke, did you like Avatar? Did you see it in the theater? And are you excited for the new one? Oh, yes. So I did see Avatar in the theater, and I thought it was a really great time. It was very, very fun and it was quite the experience indeed. And I wouldn't necessarily call myself the biggest Avatar fan or expert or enthusiast on the planet, but I enjoyed the experience very much. And yes, I am looking forward to the next installment or installments. But I know, yes, I've seen the trailer for the next one that came out. The trailer was released, what was it, a couple months ago or so. So I saw that online. So very interesting. Let's see. Zap Ken is here. Hello. You say, hope your day is going well. I just saw Floating Weeds for the first time. So this is the Yasujiro Ozu film. Oh, well done. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes. Yes. And let's see here. Axis Mundi is De Palma's Blowout an homage to Blow Up. Maybe yes, maybe no. Let's see. So anyway, we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get there. Paul H., you're giving it away. Too much info. Oh, I don't know what you're referring to, but I hope no deep offenses caused, my dear friend. I hope all is well. I don't know. I don't know if I'm giving. I always try to make it a point not to give too many details away. But I'm not sure what you're referring to. But anyway, that's not a problem. No problem at all. Ken Doughty. Let's see here. Dustin Lewis. Okay, yes, Eric Pieper. It's nice to see you. We're watching The Prisoner. Oh, that's very cool. I love that series as well. Leon Kane is here. Yes. Also mentioning here, Body Double, while not perfect, is one of all of his films I always go back to. Yes, when we get to the Body Double discussion, I will try to explain why I think in many ways Body Double is perhaps, in terms of a Brian De Palma film, it's one of the most it's in many ways one of the most kind of Brian De Palma type of examples of film that is in his canon. I think it's very much a Brian De Palma film in terms of its cross section between comedy and thriller. So, yeah, I can't wait for that. Yeah, well done, well done. Let's see, just scrolling down here. Zyrother says, speaking of TV, I did just watch the 1979 Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy series. Fascinating show. Oh, yes, I love that show, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy with Alec Guinness. I've seen that show so many times. So many times. I love the book, the Le Carre book. I love the whole Carla trilogy. I love that. And so and of course the so-called Carla trilogy begins with the novel Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Yes, I can't do a good Alec Guinness George Smiley impersonation for the life of me, but I can do something like, I don't know, something like um, let's see, oh gosh, um, what is it? What is it? Talking about the circus, oh, Toby, right? Morale is low, activity is low. Yes, I love the names here, Toby Esterhazy, and oh gosh, oh god, oh, what a great show! What a great show that is. Yes. Anyway, and so I hope, yes, it's great, absolutely great. Let's see. Dan Inbox is here. Hello, it's nice to see you. Anubhav Adnan Roshan is here. Hello, it's nice to see you. Have you watched Man of Steel? Yes, I have. Yes, I've watched Man of Steel. Yes, I don't know if we'll talk in the live streams to that extent. I would like to focus on the Superman films up to Quest for Peace, but very interesting film, Man of Steel. Yes, very interesting indeed. Let's see. Ken Doughty says, sorry if this isn't a fun question, but do your personal and moral beliefs ever affect your viewing or appreciation of a film? For example, I am unable to watch works like Death Wish and Last Tango. That's fine. You don't have, there's nothing that says you have to watch a film. There's nothing that says that you are obligated or compelled to watch a film. You're free to watch or not watch anything you like. So I try to always I'm not saying that I succeed all the time, but I always try to think of, right, just because one watches a film doesn't mean that one automatically subscribes to everything that is being promoted or somehow being personified or embodied in such film. One watches a film and you can agree, you can disagree, you can have a reaction, but that doesn't always mean that one by one watching a film you are automatically supporting the whatever the belief system or whatever one calls it behind that film. So I always sometimes I get into these discussions online, and I tend to shy away from these. I don't usually like I don't like the line of thinking that says, "Oh, you are automatically supporting a belief system in a film just by watching it because you are paying money." Or I don't buy that at all. We live in a in a system where, in order to be able to consume things and read things and watch things, we have to pay money. So that's the name of the game in the system that we live in. So that's one thing. And then the other thing too is there is no the idea of stimulus and the idea of ideas from others means that first, before we are able to agree or disagree and come to our own opinion, we must first hear or see or watch what it is that's being said or spoken or expressed. So, I look at it that way. So, but I know other people are not comfortable with watching the whatever it is that is disagreeable to them. So I have no issue with that approach in any way. If that works for you, that's fine. But for me, I tend to have uh, if something is really bothering me, that still won't necessarily prevent me from watching the work in the first place or reading the work in the first place or something like that. But again, I respect and admire any approach that you have that works for you. Let's see. Mauricio's here. Hello, it's nice to see you from Peru. It's very late there, so sorry about the lateness of the hour. I hope you can forgive me. Yes. Let's see here. Paul H says Superman 4 discussion should be interesting. Yes, actually, I saw that in the theater when I was a kid, Superman 4. So I know it's oftentimes regarded as a sort of weak entry in the series, and so that is certainly something we can acknowledge. And I'm very happy to try to acknowledge that. But at the same time, there are a lot of great strengths in that film. Really, really cool things in that film. And I'm not necessarily talking about the footage that we didn't see, but I'm talking about the theatrical version experience. And I saw that, as I say, in the theater. Very, very cool experience indeed. So I remember too that the theater wasn't so crowded. So that was a little bit of kind of broke my heart in a little way. But at the same time, I was so moved by what I was seeing. So anyway, thank you so much. And Paul, you also say loved Oz's Good Morning. Yes, me too. In fact, I think we spoke about that, or had a live stream discussion about Good Morning Ohio on this channel like last year or the year before or something. Let's see. Oh, Zyrothus, I just realized I lost my moderator. Oh, yeah, no, don't worry. So I reset everything, Zyrothus. So it wasn't, I didn't, don't take any offense. So I reset everything in terms of the moderator things. I will reestablish all that when we get into the new series. So it was just, don't take any offense for that. But I will, if you're okay with Zyroth or with the moderator status, I will reestablish that maybe when you start with the Superman discussions tomorrow. So no, I should have said something to you before, but I apologize. But no, I just reset everything. So now I can, so no one is a moderator at the moment, but I will try to reestablish you because you are so great. You've always supported Zyrother. Everyone, take a moment and please applaud Zyrother's work. You know, his moderator skills for the live chats were always so great, always protecting me, protecting whenever there might have been some kind of iffy sort of person coming into the chat, always protecting everyone there. And this is also true for Kubrick Lover and Jared and others at just looking out for me in the best interests of this channel, also asking people about what they want to watch for the next live stream. So I appreciate it so much, so much. So again, no offense. Please don't take offense. It'll be reestablished. It's just I just did a little bit of a reset, and so now we're gonna go for it. So Gyrother, if it's okay with you, I'd like to yes ask you again because you did such a great job. You always do such a great job in protecting me and protecting having everyone's best interests at heart. So thank you. Let's see. William says, hello. You say, I just finished showing Jaws to a very dear friend of mine as she had not seen it before. Great to watch as always. Oh, wow. Great. Great. I wonder what your friend thought of this film. Was it your friend's first time watching Jaws? That's what I'm assuming. Yes, you said she had not seen it. So, wow, what was the reaction? Yes. Yes, so we talked about Jaws on this channel on in the live streams, right? Live stream discussions of Jaws and Jaws 2 and Jaws 3. I wonder if you're going to show any of the other Jaws films to your friend. That's a great film, yes. Gosh, what were some of the things that we spoke about? Let's see. I wonder, like, I always love the bit where uh, well, I shouldn't go into too much detail, but right with Hooper on the boat, and he's kind of upset at Quint at what's going on, and Hooper has that little tantrum that he has on the boat, and he's like, you know, that stuff. Right? I love that. Yeah, can't take this abuse much longer. Yes. Oh, your head bleeding. You know, talking to Quint, talking to um, Brody there. Yes. Anyway, sorry about that. Yes, Jaws, great stuff. Great stuff. Okay. Let's see. Dan Inbox asks a question. How many hours do you usually spend on a movie that you review? I know I know that the answer is likely it depends, but can you walk us through a few examples? What's the range? Okay. That's a good question. So let's see. So I guess we can talk about the Criterion collection. So I don't, as I say, I don't think of them as reviews per se. I just think of them as just explorations, and maybe there's no distinction, which is okay. But for me, I think there's a distinction in that I'm just trying to figure out how I feel about this particular release or this particular film, rather than trying to position it in terms of whether this is worth buying or not. So I don't look at it in the latter terms. I look at it just more in my own subjective terms. So in that sense, I don't think of them necessarily as reviews, although I'm very flattered that people might think of them that way. So thank you. So, but that's a little caveat. But now, I guess when the title arrives in the mail, I don't watch it immediately. I might have some other things that are that might be preoccupying my time at the moment, so I can't watch something immediately. But when so it might be like a week or a couple weeks from the time I get it in the mail, and that's already a week or so out from the release date, because as you know, or as you may know, it takes a little bit more time for the item to arrive at my doorstep because I live in Tokyo. So already we're thinking about, let's say, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and I haven't opened the thing yet. So then I open maybe the title, and if it's something okay, let's take an example like Raging Bull. Raging Bull, the Criterion Collection released the 4K. So what I did was I opened it and I watched the 4K UHD disc first, and I made sure that the sound, I have little speakers there, and I was able to adjust the sound, and was a 4K TV in the other room with the 4K player. And so I watched it, and I try to watch it uninterrupted, and then just watch it right through. I've seen it many times, but just want to watch it right through. So that took, whatever the length of the film plus a little bit of extra. And then I let that digest maybe for a day or a couple of days. And then I know that there were commentary tracks, 3 of them, in fact. Now, I've heard the commentary tracks before on previous non-Criterion releases, or in fact, Laserdisc, etc., and other non-Criterion Blu-ray releases. But I wanted to watch the film again with the benefit of listening to the commentary tracks as they're made available by Criterion. So in that case, for Raging Bull, there are 3 separate commentary tracks. So what I do is I watch the film on Blu-ray once with one commentary track that was with that was Schoonmaker Scorsese commentary track, and then I let that simmer for a bit, and then maybe on the following day or the following occasion, I would watch the film again, either on 4K or Blu-ray, and then with the second commentary track, and this is the sort of the cast and crew commentary track. And then the third time I would watch it either on 4K or Blu-ray, and that would be with the third commentary track, and that's featuring the writers and Jake LaMotta, and those were the 3 times I watched it, plus the initial watch. So that was at least 4 times for watching Raging Bull for the Criterion Collection release. So, and then letting it simmer, and then thinking about the Blu-ray watch. I'm sorry, and one other thing too, I forgot. I also watched the Blu-ray once through without any commentary tracks. So I watched the 4K release, and then I watched the Blu-ray release, and then I watched the commentary tracks one at a time. I watched the film with the commentary tracks one at a time. So that was at least 5 times that I saw it, and that was over the space of whatever it was, maybe a week, a little bit more, and then after that, after I let it simmer, I tend to take some notes when I listen to the commentary tracks or when I watch the film, but I try not to take too many notes. I try to take some notes. Then when I get into the other parts of the Criterion release, maybe I'll go to the supplements, and I'll go to the essay, and so I'll just read the essay through, and then I'll go to maybe 1 or 2 of the supplements and go back to the essay and read it again, and then go to the rest of the supplements, and I'll take some notes on those experiences along the way. So that whole thing, again, depending on the amount of supplements, for instance, for Raging Bull, that probably took, oh gosh, maybe itself another week. So, or maybe not that long, maybe actually more, a few days, but that was and also I say too that this was also around the time that I was moving, so it was a little bit of a hectic time, but I still tried to watch Raging Bull as much as possible. And then after all that was done, let's say writing notes, then it's a matter of sitting down and doing the video. So I have the thing. I don't have a script. I have notes, but I don't have a script. And so what I do is, like when I'm outside walking the dog, or maybe I'm just out, I want to get a Coke on the vending machine that's near my house. So I just go out and just walk around a bit, and I just think about, oh, if I talk about Raging Bull, maybe I want to bring up this point, or oh, that was interesting. I didn't notice it until I watched this time. I'll bring up that little detail. So I start to accumulate these little points in my head about what it is I might want to refer to, just in a kind of a general approach. I always try to make a point to not be too plot centric. Just try to give it a kind of impressionistic approach to it, but still trying to find that balance. So I always try to think about what it is I try to say, and then I'll just go over it in my head a little bit at a time, and that'll take another couple days or so. And then once I'm ready to go, I'll sit down. Now actually doing the video part, it's that's probably the hardest thing for me is to sit down and do the video because it takes a lot of it takes a lot of effort or energy on my part to sit down and do the video and talk for it ends up being like an hour or 2 hours, or sometimes like 2.5 hours in the case of Raging Bull. And so that takes up a lot of energy for me. And so by the end of it, I'm very, very exhausted and spent of energy. But during it, I feel like if I can get into it, I feel like I can get into a kind of groove, or I can get into a kind of zone in a manner of speaking. So just if I can get into the zone, then it can become easier. But sometimes I feel like I can get into the zone. Other times I feel like it takes a little bit more time for me to get into the zone. So I think with the Raging Bull discussion, it took maybe a couple takes before I was able to feel right in the zone. And that was the good discussion for me. And I ended up using that. So yeah, I really can't say in terms, it did take a number of days. A couple weeks at least to put together the Raging Bull discussion from the point of opening it to the actual date of uploading the video. So, and then the editing stuff is actually the least difficult part of what it is I do, because as you may know also, I have no fancy editing. And I don't have to worry about, there's a kind of YouTube editing thing where people edit after each sentence they say. They say a sentence and then there's another edit to the next sentence, and they say another edit to that YouTube editing. I don't know what it's called. I personally don't do that because I really couldn't sit down and edit every single sentence that I say. It's just too much work for me. I wouldn't be able to do that. So I just have this basically free form thing. I know some people don't like that, and people think I kind of talk blah blah blah, talk too much, or just go on and on and on without any kind of self control. So I can, but that's a criticism that I'm willing to take. It's perfectly valid, perfectly legitimate. So, and of course, at the end of the day, no one needs to watch my YouTube video on what it is I have to say about Raging Bull, right? Who cares what it is I have to say, right? And that doesn't matter at the end of the day. I understand what it is I have to say, because many other people, much more qualified than I and much more intelligent than I, have said many a great thing about the work already. So I know I have nothing to add. So the in that way, so I can kind of in that way I kind of feel free. I can just do what it is I do and not worry too much about any criticisms I might receive about, say, the long form or the lack of editing, etc. like that. But my point is that I don't sit down and do too much editing because I don't have time for it, and it's just I just put it up as is. I might make some edits here and there, maybe if I catch an error that I make, and I might have stopped the video halfway and then restarted again to try to correct the error in mid shoot. So I'll have two separate components. I'll just edit those together in a quick blend, or maybe during the course of a video, I might have coughed, or maybe there was my nostril was itchy, so I had to scratch it or something. I didn't want to show a shot of me putting my finger near my nostril and scratching it. That might seem a little bit embarrassing or something like that. So I'll kind of edit those little things out here and there. But for the most part, yeah, it's pretty much as is, and then just upload it, and then and then move on to the next thing, right? So, but then afterwards too, it doesn't end there for me, because I always read the comments, and so I will read all the comments, and so that takes too. I mean, I don't mean this. I don't want to sound like it's a burden for me. It's not a burden at all to read the comments and to try to respond to all of them as possible. But it does take time as well. So that is an ongoing thing with the one video. Let's put it that way, in the Criterion collection or discussion series. So Yeah, so I don't know if that answers the question or not, but it is a lot of fun. But it also does, yeah, take some time and effort on my part. So yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do. And so also for me too, it's not, if someone says, "Oh, you should do a video on this, or you should do a video," I'm very flattered by that. I'm very flattered by that. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time too, it's not always the easiest thing for me to suddenly be able to just sit down and do a video. There is a certain level of preparation that I feel I need to have in order to reach some degree of comfort, to be able to talk about it with a relative degree of, say, confidence. So yeah. So I hope that answers. But it's a lot of fun. It does take effort and time, but it is a lot of fun. Thank you. Let's see. Jovial Josh, yes, is also talking about, yes, phenomena. So, and your Argento journey. So, yes, please let me know what your updates are in your Dario Argento journey. Let's let me know anytime. So, thank you. So, let's see, just scrolling down here. Sorry, I might skip over some comments here. I apologize. Let's see here. Sorry about this. Gutter Baby is here. Hello. Let's see, talking about other Ryusuke Hamaguchi. Oh yes, so Hamaguchi Works. So I came to Hamaguchi Works somewhat late, but yes, I was thinking how I could try to discuss some of his work. There are, um, let me say, it's something that I'm thinking about, how to discuss more of the Hamaguchi works that I'm able to watch recently. So it's a very fascinating journey. Um, Tatum Jepson is here. So Jepson. So first time watching live was just watching your Vertigo film clutch chat. Love the oh, thank you. Yes, that was a while ago. Vertigo. I was thinking I really want to redo that. I had a lot of fun doing the Vertigo discussion a couple years ago, maybe more. But I was thinking I really want to redo that one because I love that film so much. Let's see. West Tex Horror is here. Hello, it's nice to see you. Um, Let's see. The Fervis Karen also asks, "What do you think is the most approachable film in the collection that could act as a gateway to more art house or world cinema types?" Maybe Jean-Luc Godard's Breathless. Maybe that might be an example, or maybe even it's an often cited film in this regard, but I think for a good reason too, which is Bergman's The Seventh Seal. Let's see. Um, Keenan says, "I agree." Oh, yes, in response to your great question about watching films that might have a certain degree of feeling discomfort or uncomfortable about its content. So, yes, well done. Yes, great question. West Tex Horror says, "Thoughts on Wally Criterion release 4K?" Yeah, so I made a video about that, just my initial impressions about the announcement when it was made. So it was a very interesting announcement, that's for sure. I can't wait to see what that actual release looks like when it arrives at the doorstep. Reverend Kyle Love is here. Hello, it's nice to see you. Yes, talking about, yes, I saw your comment on one of the Brian De Palma videos, so thank you so much. You mentioned Scarface, Dress to Kill, Blowout. Yes. Dad is here. Hello. I love the name. See, hi, just want to say hello from Chicago. Big fan of all your videos. Oh, Dad, thank you so much. Chicago. Oh gosh, I love Chicago. I've only been able to visit let's see, twice or three, yes, three times actually over the course of my life. I'd love to be able to visit again one day. Oh gosh, greetings to you, my dear friend in Chicago. I hope you're well. Thank you. Joshua says, "Oh my gosh, Superman 4: The Quest for Peace has some of my favorite parts that are really bizarre." Oh, I wonder what those parts are. I can't wait to talk about that one when we get to that during the live stream discussion series. Let's see. Eric asks, "How do you decide whether you want to rewatch a Criterion film on Laserdisc or Blu-ray?" Sorry to say, it depends. It really depends. I tend to try to go to the Laserdiscs as frequently as possible. Maybe on a weekly basis. I don't. How should I put it? Um, I I I love emerging formats. I really do, and I have great respect for them. And there's a lot of excitement about 4K UHD. I get that; it's so great. It's a great time to be a physical media lover and enthusiast. But I'm also very much in the camp of it. How should I put it? I don't want to I don't want to offend anyone who is a 4K UHD format lover. It's great, absolutely great, and I respect that very much. That being said, I personally don't always see it's not always a case for me of, oh, 4K is the best version of a film out there. It could be in terms of quality, but that's not the question for me is a type of engagement or feeling that one gets. And I feel that way whenever I watch a film, say on VHS, or when I watch a film on Laserdisc, when I watch a film on DVD, Blu-ray, 4K. So, I totally understand the comments that I get sometimes about, say, oh, the Blu-ray is better than the DVD or something like that, or the 4K is better than the DVD. I totally get that. And if you feel that way about your own cinema journey and physical media journey experience, good for you. And I'm glad that you find that. I just maybe I stop short in saying I completely agree. So I don't, I would say just my own personal experience. I don't always agree with that approach. I don't think that automatically 4K HD is automatically the best. It might be in terms of the specifications and quality that we're getting, but in terms of an overall experience, it might be, it might not be. And still, I always hold out for the DVD format, which I love. I also hold out for the VHS format, which I love. I also hold out for the Laserdisc format, which I love. I don't have a Betamax player, but I did at the time when I was younger. I have great love and admiration for that format as well. So, and I don't look at those as type of maybe when I was younger I used to. I looked maybe as type of quote unquote antiques, but not anymore. Not anymore. I find that the formats are a thing that I respect very much, and indeed too. There's something to be said about the relative inexpensive prices of, say, the DVD formats versus, say, somewhat quote unquote higher formats. So yeah, and so I admire very much the form. So I don't know if this is kind of straying away from your original question, Eric, but I tend to I love it when people express excitement for 4K, and people are only into 4K, or some people are. But just for me personally, maybe while I admire that and I applaud that approach, I might stop short in terms of expressing my own view, and I try to give as much love to the other formats as possible, because they really, I mean, I remember the day that DVD came. It was amazing. It was phenomenal, and to be able to jump and skip over in chapters when those arrived, that was amazing. And this compact, it looked like a CD. It was really amazing. But I also have a great fondness for the VHS experience, because VHS, something that's really wonderful about that, which is the inability to skip. You can fast forward, I suppose. That's one thing, but you can't really skip in terms of chapters like you can with a DVD for the most part, unless the DVD is chapterless, like, say, a David Lynch movie. But that was a kind of beauty of a VHS experience, and if you wanted to get to a certain scene, you had to put it in the player and kind of had to guess. You could use the time counter on the front of the VCR, I suppose, but you had to guess where it was, and so you had to fast forward it, or you had to press fast forward and stop it and play it, and then fast forward while you're playing it, or fast playback, slow playback, or whatever the case may be. And so that was part of the charm of VHS, and also meant that one had to essentially watch it from the beginning. And so that was a great kind of, I think it was great training for me, if for lack of a better phrase. So in that way, I love VHS, and I still do. And there's also a way in which there's a type of a ritual with the VHS tape experience that I love. I wish I had more VHS. I was watching this Netflix documentary, or it's available on Netflix, I saw, which was, what was it, Rewind This? I hope I got the title right. I saw it yesterday for the first time. It was about VHS collectors. Oh, it was so cool. I was so fascinated by that. So, because it wasn't just about, I mean, I guess part of it was about the glory days of VHS that are now, quote unquote, long gone. But it was also talking about the great benefits of VHS, even in today's marketplace, because there is such a wealth of films that were available in the heyday of VHS, especially when you had independent voices and distributors and companies printing endless amounts of VHS titles ad infinitum, it seemed like. And so you could get so many things. And I think in many ways, too, the DVD market kind of replicated that. And even now we're getting very obscure titles given these great Blu-ray treatments and the like. But, you know, at the same time, um, yeah, there's something very beautiful, and there is something very beautiful about the VHS market still, and also Laserdisc as well. So I'm sorry, I'm just going off and off on the question, and I know I strayed completely from your original question, Eric. So I apologize. Just scrolling over here, the comments. I might have to go in a few minutes. So Joshua is talking about Carlito's Way, and Jovial Josh makes a very nice compliment about the live streams here are good for the soul. So thank you very much. Zyrotha, thank you for accepting my apologies about that. Again, I will reinstate those the status very soon. Let's see. Scrolling down. Gentle Crier is here. Hello, it's nice to see you. Um, let's see. What is a recent film that you watched for the first time that really moved you? There's a film called Shin Ultraman, which was really cool. So, um, let's see. Tatum Jepson asks, "Do you have a favorite film composer?" I don't know if it's my favorite, but I like, for example, Philip Glass, also Goblin. You also mentioned Bernard Herrmann, which is really great. Let's see. William Tatum talks about the experience of showing a friend Jaws. You say she did enjoy it, although she had some trouble understanding Quint's dialogue at times. I have not seen any of the Jaws sequels yet, but I feel that I should watch them at some point in the future. Leon Kane asks, "What do you think of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?" So that's another film that I saw a lot when I was a kid. I had a VHS tape of it, and I watched it a lot, and I was struck by its structure, very much so. And it really the plot sort of unravels at such a it goes at a very interesting pace, and suddenly there's a point when it kind of unravels, you know what I mean, and you're trying to keep up with what's going on. It's a very intense viewing experience. um, uh, Whenever I think of what is it, juicy fruit gum, I always think of this work. So anyway, let's see. Chris Higgins says, "What best film to watch while sick?" I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know if one would watch it while one is sick, but let's see. I was watching. I guess it depends on the illness and how you feel, but maybe I don't know. Blade Runner. I guess I'm not sure. Um, Let's see. Rumble22 asks, "If you can choose one Tarantino film to be released on Criterion, which one of his films would you choose?" Well, Pulp Fiction was a Criterion Laserdisc back in the day, so that might be an interesting return of a title to the Criterion collection in that regard. I have a I'm particularly taken with work like Jackie Brown. Um, yeah, there are some relationships that are in that film that are so moving. Um, so yeah. So anyway, let's see. Scrolling down here. Um, Milton Lawson asks, "Apologies if you had answered this before, but what film that is currently not in the Criterion collection that is one you most want to see added? And what type of extras would you want for it?" I don't know about the extras, but I might have mentioned it before. But examples would be the Edward Yang works that have not yet been "quote unquote" restored, and they're very difficult to get now. Confusion, and Mahjong. Um, Chris asks, "Have you ever discussed what you do for a living outside of YouTube?" No, I don't. I kind of have I have other things, right, outside of YouTube. I don't know. I just have a kind of a regular kind of ordinary life. So outside of YouTube, so nothing so exciting to talk about. But I don't usually talk about those details. I mentioned my family a little bit, but not for very much. YouTube has its own kind of stuff. So I don't know. Like maybe one day, if you're interested, I guess I could talk about other things in my life that are non-movie related, I suppose. But maybe I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the interest level in that would be very low indeed. I'm a very dull person. I think in a lot of respects. So. But thank you very much for asking. I'm very flattered by the interest in what it is I might be doing or engaged with outside of YouTube. So let's see. A Ghost asks, "Do you have a movie that you had a hard time forming an opinion to?" I think maybe it was. That's a good question. I mean, forming an opinion to, you mean not having an opinion or striking making it finding it difficult to have some feeling towards it. I suppose I don't know if I feel that way because I always feel something one way or the other. I think, but maybe something that was difficult to form to articulate an opinion might be something like I don't know, like I think when I first saw the film Bergman film Persona many years ago, when I saw that film for the first time, I was so it was very difficult for me, and it still is a difficult film for me. What am I saying? Of course, it's very difficult. I'm not saying that I completely comprehend everything about it. On the contrary, I'm still swept up by its mysteries. But maybe upon first watch, yeah, that was one that was very, very difficult for me, and it still is. But it's interesting to try to yeah, to engage with that. So Damien P is here. Hello, it's nice to see you. Edgy or Eggy, it's nice to see you. Let's see. Um, the tribal chief is here. Hello, and you say I'm probably not the first to mention this, but wow, 50 years of Janus Films box set. Oh yes, yes. This thing, yes. So I was very fortunate to be able to get this. It was there was. Is it out of print now? I'm not sure. I was able to get it when it was still in print, I think. But um, yes. Let's see here. Braveheart is here. Oh gosh, it's 3 p.m. where I am, so I have to go soon. So I'm sorry. I'm asking about the Dietrich von Sturberg said better than indicators. You know, I guess I really haven't sat down to compare them, but you know, uh, the indicators. Oh well, let's see. Braveheart's asking about the. Oh gosh, is there a site or something that maybe has a good breakdown of this? I'm not sure, but anyway, sorry if I'm not able to answer the question to your satisfaction. I apologize. Gavin Logan is here, first time joiner, excuse me. Like your analysis. Thank you very much. That's very kind. Chris Higgins says, "Excuse the spam. Are you in need of an editor? I'm a film student. Love would help." Oh yes, thank you very much. Yes, you know I do everything on my own here, but if anyone is, just reach out to me. If anyone is interested in I don't know, maybe seeing if you want to be involved in this channel somehow. I've never thought about it before, but if you're interested, you can always reach out to me. The best way to reach out to me is by what is it? Instagram Messenger. So if you want to reach out to be my Instagram Messenger, you're more than welcome to. Let's see. Fallen X100. It's nice to see you, my dear friend. And you say, finally, I get to meet the legend himself. So awesome to see you. Oh, legend? You mean no? Thank you. I'm not a legend, not at all. You're so you honor me with such a lovely compliment, but not at all, not at all. I wish I could achieve legend status, but alas, alas, I cannot. You know, but thank you very much for that. Yes, it's nice to see you live. Yes. Let's see, Chris. Yes, yeah. If you were interested, please reach out to me via Instagram. Yes. Let's see. So Jovial Joss talks about bird with a crystal plumage, deep red, and yeah. Let's see. Just scrolling down here. Sorry about this. I'm skipping over some comments. A lot of comments. I apologize. Kai is here, my dear friend. It's nice to see you, Kai. Great to see you. Jay says, well, yes, City Lights. You've noticed City Lights. Just felt the need to want to rewatch this film again, the Criterion release. The Horror of One. It's nice to see you. Favorite action movie? I don't know. Gosh, I think this is. I don't know if it's my favorite, but oh gosh, it's hard to pick one. It's hard to pick one. Um, you know, I don't know if one would call it. I guess. Oh gosh, it's hard to pick one. You know, I mentioned Big Trouble in Little China last time when this, I think a similar question was asked. Mika the Secrets, nice to see you. Let's see. Braveheart's talking about Indicator. Yeah, so Indicator, I don't have all the Indicator series, but I have actually quite a few. So I agree, it's a really great label, a really great label. You know, I was like, if you look at their early titles like Christine, Happy Birthday to Me, oh wow, really cool beginnings, and it's just exploded from there. Yeah, they're really one of the best. Let's see. Um, let's see. 1979 Weasel, your humbleness makes me angry at Daisuke Beppu. Oh gosh, I don't mean to cause any offense. I hope you're not too angry, but you have a wink emoji here. So thank you very much. I take that as a compliment. So thank you very much indeed. Braveheart said, "My dad just passed away and left me his VHS collection and a few VHS." Oh, I'm so sorry. Please accept my condolences for your recent loss, Braveheart. I really, really, please accept my condolences. While I can say too that I too lost my father some years back. I can't claim to, of course, know exactly what your feelings are, your experiences are, and what you must, what's in the situation is. But all that being said, my deepest condolences. Really, my deepest condolences, Braveheart. I hope that you are well, or as well as can be. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for stopping by, and also thank you for the comment too about VHS. And yes, the VHS collection is something to be prized and cherished, I think. And also players. Players are also very important too. Without the players, you can't watch the tape. So well done, well done. And once again, my deepest condolences. And I hope all is well, or well as can be during this time. Braveheart. Gutter Baby says about DVDs. Yes, the hidden Easter egg bonus features. Yes, yes. Do they still don't they don't aren't there Easter eggs nowadays? Again, I'm not sure. Maybe not, but those are really cool. Yeah, yeah. Chung is here. Hello, it's nice to see you. And you say started watching your channel thanks to your The Thing collection of videos. Thank you very much. Yes, I think I made like multi. Like I get it. There are so many great discussions out there about The Thing, and I think many people talk about The Thing in such great detail and with great analysis and great format and presentation, and get so many views, like thousands, 10,000s, 100,000 views, maybe more. And my videos were pretty, I think, I don't know if they, relatively speaking, they're not so high on the view count per se, but I enjoyed those discussions so much, and I kind of broke it down into kind of more than one video. So yeah, the Carpenter video discussions, I think, were so much fun for me. So thank you so much, Chung, for that. That's really kind of you. Thank you very much. I'm very moved by that. Yes, thank you very much indeed. Um, yeah. Let's see here. So Gavin says, yes, VHS was basically such a phenomenal cascade of the weird, super awesome. I love how you express that. That's really interesting. Yeah, yeah. And then there's Emilio Tucci is here. Thoughts on Tampopo? Just watch it tonight. Oh, well, yes. I haven't spoken about Tampopo, but a very fascinating work, that's for sure. The horror one is asking about animation, specifically anime. I don't watch all anime, but I guess the one that I've always wanted to talk about on this channel, just never had a chance to, was Evangelion. So Neon Genesis Evangelion. One day, if I can gather my thoughts on that very epic journey, I'd like to share with you my thoughts on Evangelion one day on this channel. Paul Casino again here. It's nice to see you. Denis Villeneuve film. So I got on the Villeneuve bandwagon somewhat recently. So I remember seeing on the airplane before coronavirus hit. The pandemic. I remember on the airplane watching, what was the film? It was Arrival, right? I was so I was amazed by that. It was a really fantastic experience. So that's Villeneuve, right? So I hope I got that detail right. If not, please correct me. But that was amazing with Amy Adams, right? And so that was where I was just I knew, oh gosh, I have to catch up because everyone's already and then going into the waters of Blade Runner, and then I just finally recently was able to watch Dune, the film Dune, and I was so taken by that. Wow, what an experience! Um, Let's see. Ilya is here. So, hey, Daisuke, as someone who is multilingual, I'm curious, are you fluent in Japanese? Also, what's your thoughts on Cassavetes in general? Oh, wow, that's a that's a nice dual question. I like their question. So, thank you very much. So, yeah, so I do speak Japanese. So, I'm a Japanese citizen. I think maybe I grew up in my childhood outside of Japan, but now I live in Japan. I don't speak Japanese on this channel very often, but when this YouTube, when I turn off YouTube, it's all Japanese for me. So there's that. And let's see about Cassavetes. So I've spoken a little bit about Cassavetes films on this channel. I think we spoke about Faces and some of the other films, not all of them, but in the releases in Criterion. So and Husbands, for example. I love Cassavetes' endearing sense of endeavoring to try to capture the authentic in cinema, whatever that means. So. Yeah. Zaratha says, "I need to sleep. See you all at the live stream for super." Yes, Zaratha, thank you so much. And again, I apologize for the removal of the moderators. Had no meaning behind it. It's just a simple reset, but it'll be reinstated very soon. So, Kay, greetings from Tokyo. Oh, yes, Kay. It's nice to see you. Yes. Let's see. Jovial Josh with a super chat. Wow. Well done. Thank you so much. This will go towards a Blu-ray purchase for me this month or next month. Thank you so much for this. I'm very, very, I think YouTube gets a little cut of that, or quite maybe a significant cut of that, but still what's left over, uh, that goes so far, really does. It's not necessary. You don't have to do any monetary donations, but for those who want to and have done so and would like to do so, I am so grateful. And again, it goes towards me being able to purchase, say, that extra Blu-ray or that extra DVD or whatever the case may be. So thank you so much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was I realized that I didn't have the George Romero film Night Riders on Blu-ray, and I think, oh gosh, it would be nice to have Night Riders again. And so I was looking, and oh gosh, there were some super chats and live chats or super thanks that I was very fortunate to have received, and I used that money to get a copy of Night Riders. So I hope to get it very soon. So thank you very much. So this will go towards something else. I'm not sure what it is yet, but we shall see. Thank you so much. Very, very kind of you, my dear friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for sharing with me your Argento journey. Yes, I hope you continue to enjoy that. It's so intense. It's like dream nightmare logic to the extreme. And of course, sure, some films perhaps are better than others. The Argento journey is one that's subjective in your own. So any films that you find that you don't particularly like as well, you can let me know anytime. I'd love to hear about it. Whatever your takes are about that or any other films, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Even the ones that you don't like, let me know. Oh, it's so great to hear from you. And let's see. So, and you say, to the greatest creator on YouTube, Jovial Josh. So this is very, very kind of you. I wish I could agree. I'm not at all a great creator at all. I wish I could be better. I can't do it. I'm not so good. Like, people have these great thumbnails and these edits that are really wonderful, great things like that. And, I really love I wish I could do the thing at the bottom of the screen where it says, oh, subscribe, and you see a little thumb that comes up, or like, and it has a little light bulb or something. I wish I could do those effects, but I can't, but oh well. Oh well. C'est la vie, I suppose. But in any event, yes. Uh, let's see. Ilya says, and Daisuke, as long as you have the passion for it, please never stop making videos. Cinema is an incredible art which must be discussed and progressed perpetually. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I will. It's a lot of fun, and so. I don't know how long I will be doing this YouTube channel, but as far as I can tell, maybe it will be for a while yet, at least. So thank you so much for the lovely encouragement. I need it. I really need it. I can't do this channel without you and others here. Really, really. So thank you. Let's see. Paul's Casino. Yes, Arrival is Vilna. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you very much for that. Let's see. Um, let's see here. Gavin says, yeah, Eva would be cool. Yes, yes. Very interesting. Brandon Meow. It's from San Francisco. Oh, that's great. You're very kind. Thank you. Um, let's see. Uh, oh, Jovial Joss, and you saw Dark Glasses. Oh, I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen. I'm waiting. I really should. Maybe I can use. I can use that super chat that you so very kindly provided, and I can use that, and maybe I'll try to find it's on Blu-ray somewhere. Is it like in Germany or something like that? I should really order that. Thank you very much for. Thank you very much for reminding me. I'll get on to that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow, wow, yes. Oh gosh. Without spoiling anything, how was it? Was it good? Was it okay? Was it not so okay? I don't mind either way. Let me know what you thought. Kay is here, and you say two most heartwarming people I knew: Dale Cooper and Daisuke Beppu. Oh wow, that's very kind. Oh gosh, I wish I could hold a candle. I can't even hold a candle to the goodness that is Dale Cooper. Um, you know. Again, I love the line from one of the episodes somewhere down the line here. But let me just borrow a line from Dale Cooper and say to you, I am witness to the fact that you have a heart of gold. And yes, I love that line so much. It's used in a very interesting situation in one of the episodes, of course. But all right, so. Okay, so if anyone is there, I have to go in about a minute. I have to go in about a minute, so I have to take care of some errands. So, one last comments. Anyone? Again, I apologize if I skipped over your comment. I don't mean any offense at all. Really, I don't have any. Let's see here. So. All right, so I have. I'll be heading off soon. So, any last minute comments here? I haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, Paul. So I've heard so many good things about it, but I haven't seen it yet. I haven't had the opportunities. I really should try. So let's see. It says it's your favorite film of the year so far. So I will definitely try to catch up with it. And let's see. Jovial Joss says I just ordered Cat O' Nine Tails. So let me know what you think about that. It's a very interesting one. Let's see here. And Dark Glasses is very character focused, somber, so very different from our. Oh, Jovial Josh with an interesting, enticing comment about Dark Glasses. Can't wait, cannot wait. So, let's see. Gosh, how many? Oh, I got maybe a minute or so. Okay, okay. Elias, what are your favorite Tarkovsky and Lynch films? So Tarkovsky, I don't know if I could call it my favorite, but among the ones I really I was. For example, Mirror, Stalker, um, let's see, Nostalgia, and as far as Lynch, of Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, and Mulholland Drive as examples. Brandon Meow says, have a great weekend. Gavin Logan, good weekend too. Likewise, my dear friends, have great weekends, all of you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Wow. Braveheart with a 1999 super chat. Totally unnecessary, my dear friend, but you are so kind. You say you are amazing with this dancing. It looks like a dancing green thing. Is it a bean? It looks so cool. Very cool. Thank you so much. That's very cool. And once again, Braveheart, I hope that you are well, my friend. And if ever you want to stop by at any time, you want to talk about movies, you want to talk about those VHS tapes that you got with the players, right? I'd love to hear about that anytime, anytime. Those I hope are cherished items, wonderful memories, and also further stops along the way in your own cinema journey, which hopefully too might be things that you can use in terms of your own personal memories of loved ones, right? So, Braveheart, thank you so much for that, and you're very kind. This will go towards a Blu-ray release this month or next month, so you're very kind. Thank you. All right, and Jovial Joss, yes, Superman. So once again, my dear friends, Superman discussion tomorrow, Sunday, September 25th, 7 a.m. Tokyo time. We'll be talking about Superman the movie. So I will be talking about that very soon. So, oh, I'm so sorry. I can't stay. I have to go. I really have to go. I'm so sorry. I see these other great comments. So if you want to leave a comment or a question, I'll try to do more of these very casual live chats in the future. Or you can always leave a comment. I'll try my best to respond. I'm sorry I haven't been responding lately in a timely manner, but just been a little bit busy with other matters. But I'll try to respond to all the comments that I've received, and going forward. I cannot do this channel without you. Really, I can't do it without you. So thank you so much, my dear friends. Hope all is well, and talk to you very soon. And indeed, tomorrow, Sunday, September 25th, 7 a.m. Tokyo time, Superman the movie discussion. I look forward to seeing you there, my friends. You can watch any version. You don't have to worry about one specific version or the other. Any version is okay, my dear friends. So I hope to see you there, my friends. And if not, whatever the case may be, have a great, great weekend. Talk to you all hopefully very soon. Cheers, my dear friends.